How that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser. My posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the blanket. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr throwing on second down. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, when you think of these two teams, two franchises, Baltimore and Oakland, Charles, what comes to mind?
Well, the ghost to the post in the late 1970s, but remember, that was the Baltimore Colts, who are now in Indianapolis. These are the Ravens, who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
They also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carless Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Well, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, yeah, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
93.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And some space here. Look at the dance and the juke. There he goes left side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 52 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye.
6-18. Yeah, 98's down. 58-98.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Griffin. Caught by Snead over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Griffin. Steps away to his left. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders have recovered.
All right, partner, this is where I get to show my age. Because I remember when the strip sack kind of came into vogue, where defenders were taught not just to make the tackle, but do that little extra, try and jostle the arm of the runner and knock it free. And that's what we just saw there.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Terrell Suggs in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so it looked like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Griffin. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Griffin. Hard throw, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Griffin. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Griffin will throw again. Flush to his right. Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Charles Tapper in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Ready. 319.
To throw is RG3. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Griffin. That is caught at the 7. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Go Chief. Right down. 93.
Carr now on first down. Fighting through pressure. Escaping the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Griffin. Brought in left side by Snead. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They go play action with Griffin. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Operating from the gun, Griffin. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. He's airing it out for Williams. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing again, Griffin. That is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
319. 319.
Once again, Griffin. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and goal. Now Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
You got 56 there. Hey, Purdue!
They start the drive with Lynch, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On first and 10, it's Griffin. And the Raiders have got him. Charles Tapper in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, Griffin. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Griffin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Carr to throw on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
24, 29.
On third and long, it's Carr. He completes it to Bryant. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing on third and long. Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how it got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away. And Davis has it over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. To throw again is Griffin. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care about throwing 10 interceptions.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Griffin. Over the middle here to Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Griffin on 2nd down. Man open left side is Brown. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Griffin. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Griffin. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Alex Collins that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing again. Griffin. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd and goal, here's Griffin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
4th down. Here's RG3. Got a man that's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Max Williams, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have broken the tie. And his kick is right through. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Back now in Baltimore. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Now a play fake. Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is Carr. Amari Cooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
29.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Monday down. Deuce right. Purdue. 93.
On first, here's Washington. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On play action, it's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And now here come the Ravens. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Tapper. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw is RG3. Flushed out right. He uncorks it for Snead. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He got 29 yards that time. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Griffin to throw. Forced out to his left. And Davis with it left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And they will take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? Everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play that time for the Raiders. 46 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
29. That's right. 6:37.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this third down much more manageable. Third down, 4 yards to go. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check your mind. 7:34.
He'll look to throw, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Alex Griffin. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Clock still rolling here. 4th down.
Yeah, they got to remember they cannot spike it. 4th down, as you noted.
Flush to his right. Now a desperation. And this will be caught at the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Griffin to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Griffin. It's complete to Brown, right side. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Griffin. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. And they take a knee. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things